3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another football season. Welcome to Gridiron Giants. I'm your host, Mike Jones, brought to you by Game Changers Media. And boy, the season is officially underway. Went through some good training camp. First preseason game in the books as of Saturday against Buffalo. Giants take home the victory 34-25. And yeah, I mean, you come into this and you're wondering where the quarterbacks are standing. Obviously, Russell Wilson is our starting QB. I truly don't know because Jackson Dart played phenomenal preseason game. 12 for 19, 154 yards, and a touchdown to Lil Jordan Humphrey. It was a beautiful pass, and Jackson Dart just happened to show some pinpoint accuracy, and the guy can stand in there and take a hell of a hit because he took a hit on that touchdown pass. All in all, though, a good night for all the Giants quarterbacks, which is good for us. I mean, Russ was 6 of 7, 28 yards. DeVito had 10 of 14, 73 yards, touchdown, rushing yard. And Winston came in 7 of 11, 62 yards, touchdown, 12-yard rush. So all of our quarterbacks played really well. And I think what that really means is our offensive line played good for once. Our offensive line played a good game. And we can't be mad about that. We sure can't be mad about that. As a matter of fact, for offensive pass block grades for the games this week, the New York Giants were ranked number 1 for the pass block at a 78.4, followed by Minnesota Vikings at 76 and the Denver Broncos at 74, number 3. So the pass block was amazing. And we didn't even have Andrew Thomas, and that's going to raise the level, raise the roof. So the good news is the offensive line looked better than it has in quite a long time. So that's something to look forward to. Abdul Carter, our number 3 pick, rookie edge rusher. In training camp, the guy looked fantastic. He made people look silly. I think he had 6 plays, and 3 of them, he got pressure on the quarterback. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this season. There's been a lot of good things said about him. People say, man, he's just got it. He's just got it. Some people just have that natural ability and they can just move and do things that most other players can't. And, that's a big deal. I mean, I know Abdul Carter asked Lawrence Taylor for his number, and people made a big deal about, oh, he should give it to him. He shouldn't give it to him. But you know what? At the end of the day, this man, if he's going to be as good as everybody thinks he is, he's going to make a name for himself. He's going to have his own number 51. And, hopefully at the end of his career, we'll be putting another name up there on that Ring of Honor. I'm very excited with the defense that we have. We need to step it up in the run game. The defense has to get stronger in the run game, but we did pick up Javon Holland as safety. We got Paulson Adebo, XCB, Flott and excuse me. Banks are currently fighting for that corner 2. So that should be interesting. I mean, it's a good thing that there's a lot of positions that have people fighting for spots. I mean, normal Giant seasons, we might have one spot that somebody's fighting for, but there's multiple positions. We've seen running back Dante Turbo Miller had an amazing game for against the Buffalo Bills. He didn't really have much in the sense of rushing, but he did show his ability to catch and run. 7 receptions for 80 yards. It's 11.5-yard average. So the guy was definitely keeping those sticks moving. He was definitely a good spot there for the dump off. We had the screen game was looking better than it has in a long time. Nice and crisp. Jackson Dart had a nice little screenplay, laid it over the top of defenders' heads right into the back's hands. And man, this Dart kid, he's got the right mentality. He says the right things. It's all about winning. He's not afraid of the pressure. I think we made a good choice. I think we picked up a good quarterback. Now, Shedeur he played pretty well in preseason. He looked all right. I seen him running back, but we don't have to worry about that because we got Jackson Dart. Who cares what Shedeur does? Although I will say, hearts go out to Deion Sanders with his cancer, and he's beating that, and he's in positive mind. That was nice to see. So good luck to him, and keep on doing it, Showtime. But yeah, so many good things. Like I said, Jackson Dart looked comfy in his first NFL action. Russ also looked just like a veteran, just comfy, just like a true vet. He only played a series, but still was solid. I think it was more about him getting a feel. Daybell had said that if you're healthy, you will play. Now, how much that is probably going to fluctuate, but if you're healthy, you're playing at some point in the preseason game. So, which is a good thing. I like to see that, get him out there. Russ pretty much had underneath passes except for a beautiful comeback route to Wandell. Dart, like I said, Dart with the touchdown to little Jordan Humphrey was beautiful. Killed it with a dance. And he had the defense in his face. The pass by Dart was just beautiful. You know, Humphrey didn't have the separation, but he was there. And then it was like right when the ball was getting to the end zone, right where he needed to be, he got that half step and made the play. And it was exciting. Listen, we put up points, 34 points. It's preseason. I know I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit, but we have things to look up to this year. We do have, unfortunately, one of the toughest schedules. You know, we got the Commanders, we got the Cowboys, we got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Saints, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles again, the 49ers. That's the first half of the season. That's a really tough schedule, And so we have to win the games that are winnable. And, you know, I'm not going to get ahead of my skis and say, oh, well, you know, I think the odds are right now is like 5.5 points before this week first preseason games. So I think under over 5.5 games, are we going to win? I'm definitely going to go over. This team has me excited. I'm pretty excited. I mean, let me know how y'all think. In the comments, leave your comments. I want to know what you think. And while you're there, hit the like button, share, subscribe. I'm just a normal fan. I don't know all the ins and outs of football to any amazing tea. But I'm just a fan. I like to talk football, and this is where we'll do it. So, I mean, we did have Hudson on the line. He got back-to-back penalties, a holding, a false start. But Marcus Bowe, he could be a good choice to replace him as swing tackle. He had a really solid preseason. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It was the first game. But, the good news is like I said, we have that problem to where we can plug people in. And these men are competing for these spots, which in previous years, we haven't had guys competing for spots at this level. So I will say, did y'all see the 70-yard field goal? I think it was the Saints. Holy shit, that was crazy. Our kicker, getting into that spirit, Graham Gano, 3 for 3, 1 for 1 on extra points. He does 10 points, 53-yard kick. He looked great. So as long as he can stay healthy, I mean, we're good. I mean, we had the season where a first or second game, he went down, pulled a hamstring, and it was just, we were miserable at kicker. And Graham Gano is a solid kicker, solid veteran guy. So hopefully he can stay healthy. His odds are more than likely he's going to make his field goal. So that we need him to stay healthy. We need Andrew Thomas to be 100%, which is why I believe he's on the PUP list. They believe he's going to be ready week 1, which we don't want to mess up Andrew Thomas. With Andrew Thomas, I'm a little more optimistic that we can do something this year. We can be there and maybe squeak out and steal a wild card. I mean, that's my realistic, hopeful goal. Because, hey, it doesn't matter where you get into the playoffs at, whether it's, I'm confident saying we're probably not going to be number 1 in the NFC East and get a first week bye in the playoffs. So, shoot for that wild card. And besides, our division with Washington and the Eagles, the championship Eagles, hurts to say them, but our division's so difficult, so tough that we're going to be fighting for a wild card spot. Obviously things happen, crazy things happen. Teams can go bad. Maybe Washington doesn't come out with another banger season, so we can hope for, right? We can hope for that. But, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We have a tough tough schedule coming up. But like I said, seen a lot of good things with Turbo Miller. Cam Scattaboo, I really want to see Cam Scattaboo, but he's currently injured. The kid, he's gonna run through arm tackles. He's small, he's fast, and he's strong. And he doesn't stop for nothing. He barrels right downfield. And I really want to see what he can do in some live football action. And but in training camp, he looked amazing. So hopefully we get to see Camp Scattaboo soon. That would be very nice. Like I said, we got newly acquired players, Paulson Adebo, Chauncey Golston. The defense is amazing. Dexter Lawrence obviously stuffing up that middle of the defensive line. Dexter Lawrence is the number one nose guard in the league. Like, he's the number one. I don't care. You can argue there's him, but if you look at the stats, they don't lie. We're in a good position. We got a number one player in the league in Dexter Lawrence. We got a brand new rookie in Abdul Carter that's in here, and I am just excited to see what he can get done. And man, it's just, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid too much, don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because it seems like as Giants, we're not even going to talk negative. We're going to be positive. And we did this. We put up these points. Malik Neighbors wasn't playing. I don't believe Darius Slayton was playing. So there's definitely something to look forward to. I believe Buffalo's defense played the whole first quarters, and we looked good. I mean, we put up 3 in the first quarter, 13 in the second, 8 in the third, and another 10 in the fourth. And that's what we have to do this year. We have to consistently each quarter put some points on the board. We got to score when we get in that red zone more than we had been previously. I mean, the red zone has been a big irritation when I'm watching the games, as I'm pretty sure it is with you guys. Hopefully they clean up their offensive penalties this year. And, the false start, I hate false starts. And it just seems like the Giants have always been a false start team. But this year, I think it just feels so different, because we don't have the Daniel Jones BS hanging over our heads. The Daniel Jones is gone, moved on to Indy, and we have a quarterback room that has some really talented players. I mean, we got Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winner, been to the Super Bowl twice, won once. It's a veteran kind of guy. He seems to bring the team morale up. He's just very positive. He has a lot of football knowledge and smarts. What's bringing in Jackson Dart, he gets to feed off of that, pick off of his brain, pick off of Jameis Winston's brain, because Jameis is a good guy, good classy guy. These are the kind of players you're putting around this rookie quarterback that we hope to be our future. And the way he played in the preseason game, it fills me with some positivity. He looked really good. Like I said, pocket presence was amazing, and he's not afraid to take the hits, and he's got a good arm. He's got a solid arm. I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. But it's hard not to. We're Giants fans. We gotta love our team and support our team, and I'm cool with that. But the big thing is we put up a lot of points. And we don't see that. And that's what I've been dying to see. I bet you that's what most Giants fans die to see, is just points. I mean, that's what makes the game fun. We had quite a few close games last year that could have went our way. So our record doesn't really speak for, I don't think our record really spoke with the 3 wins for what it could have been. I know you don't do woulda, coulda, shoulda, but when the games come down to a score or less at the end of the game, and that's what you're losing by, the truth of the matter is you had an opportunity. You were in a position to possibly win the game. And hopefully with this setup and, these new additions, hopefully we are in for a hell of an entertaining football season. I'm very excited. You got to be excited. We got some wide receivers like that stepped up in the game. Like little Jordan Humphrey, 2 receptions, 36 yards. Montreal Washington, 3 receptions, 60 yards. And Montreal Washington, man, he's quick. He's quick. He's got some good hands, big body. So we have that good problem, like I said, that good problem where we have options. Now, who's going to make the final 53-man roster? Who knows? We're week 1. I don't really want to get into that. We'll get more into that maybe next week for game 2 of the preseason with the Jets. We do have a week of practice with the Jets. It feels good to win against Buffalo in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but I'm excited. And we're think about it. If we beat Buffalo and we beat the Jets in preseason, we win the New York Cup. That's what it should be. There should be a thing. We should play these 2 in preseason every year, and we should be playing for the trophy of New York. So this week's a big game, just because I'm excited to see the players go out there again, see how Jackson does, see if he can put back-to-back performances up, moving in a positive direction. We do face the Jets week 2. That's Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. My dad's team, the Jets. 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 Fuck them. What am I doing? Gotta be nice. My dad loves the Jets. Wish them nothing but the luck. But we're gonna get that ass. Meadowlands is ours. You shouldn't be there, New York Jets. I'm sorry. Sorry, Pops. But it's true. And then we close out the preseason the week after with the Pats. It's always fun to watch the Giants play the Patriots. It brings you back to 7 and 11 Super Bowls and, all that good mental feely stuff. But like I said, guys, we got a tough schedule. Like I said, Washington Commanders, they could have went to the dance last year, and that's where we're starting. Hopefully they come out flat. Hopefully we get our feet under us before they do, and we can do something. I'm really, like I said, I want to see this team succeed, and I want to see the best. I think we could have the best pass rush in the NFL. If all the stars align and these guys stay healthy, we could have the best pass rush in the NFL. And man, that makes a big difference, especially when we get these teams in 3rd and longs or 2nd and longs, and we can really come after the quarterback. And then we get to see what Abdul Carter is capable of in Burns and Thibodeau. And we have a good setup. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. But then week 2, so we start off with the Commanders. We got to really put it in. We got to put in that work, and I believe the feel with the team is just totally different than normal. Like I said, Daniel Jones is gone. We got good veterans like Russell Wilson and Dexter Lawrence and all these good players, and the quarterback room is amazing, and we have a lot of hope. Let's keep it with hope. But then week 2, we hit the Cowboys, which, it's the Cowboys. I think we steal that. We got to steal that. Week 3 is the Chiefs, man. That could be an interesting one. Like, this could be a point. Either we're going to be 1-1. I'm thinking we could be about 1-1, and this could really be a big deal for us. If we can go to Kansas City and beat if Kansas City comes to us and we beat them, I think that's our home opener. That could be really big for us. That'd be a good morale booster. That would put us at 2-1, and that could really set the pace for our season. And then we got then we come at the Chargers, which could be a tough one. The Saints, and then the next 2 out of 3 is against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's nice to get them out of the way in the beginning of the season, so we won't have to play them at the end of the season unless we make it to the playoffs. So I do like that we're playing the Eagles week 6, week 8, get it out of the way. That way we can really focus on the back half of the schedule and try to close any gaps or stay ahead or just stay in the contention to make it into the playoffs. So then we got, like I said, we got the Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, and then week 9 is the 49ers, week 10, the Bears, week 11, the Packers. Then we got the Lions in 12, the Pats on week 13. We got our bye week 14. And then we hit the Commanders again. So we're going to have to play the Commanders towards the end. And we got the Vikings, the Raiders, and we close off with the Cowboys. So, them last couple games, we can hopefully by the end of the year, them saying the odds being 5.5 points or 5.5 wins over and under, I think is a little, I guess we deserved it from the year we had last year, but we're used to having high expectations and stuff not going quite the way we want it to go. I don't feel that this year. I don't feel it. Maybe it's just me drinking the Kool-Aid. Maybe I'm just a little too much, but you got to be positive. Game 1 was amazing. I really think that we have the opportunity to do something special this year. Because you can never say never. And then, if not this coming year, I expect the next year to be even better and better. The guys that we have in there, we got a nice young group of guys, some good veterans, and Jackson Dart looks phenomenal. I'm excited. I don't know. I just don't know what else to say other than I'm very excited. I'm excited to see the pass rush. I'm excited to see just Giants football. I mean, come on. I can't believe it's already here. Like, it's almost insane. It came so quick. I wasn't prepared for it. I was planning on doing more videos before this, but unfortunately I was in the middle of moving my setup around and everything looked like crap. I don't know excuses, but man, I'm excited. Come on, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you what do you think about Jackson Dart? Are you excited to see what he's going to be capable of? Do you feel like the offensive line is improved? Do you feel like we're going to have a better pass protection this year? What do you guys think about Abdul Carter in our pass rush? Is anybody else concerned about our run defense? And how is everybody feeling about our team? The 5.5 wins or losses, over and under on that. Are you under that 5.5 game spot, or you think we're going to win less than 5 or win more than 5? Because I'm on the plus side. I think we're going to be fighting for a wild card spot. I'm drinking a little bit of the Kool-Aid right now, but it's hard not to be for your team. Just let me know in the comments. I like to interact with people. Let me know what's going on. I'll try to get more content out here as we go. We'll probably get a lot more content once the regular season starts. I might just stick on one a week for the preseason for the first 3 games, and then get into like a pregame, the day before or 2 days before the regular season games, and then do live streams during the games. And then we'll talk about the opinion the day after or the 2 days after or whatever. So we're looking at I'm going to try to get 3 videos out a week during the regular season. Right now it's early. Like I said, I'm not a super football head, so I don't have all the statistics and all the information in my head. So we're just going to keep it pretty simple for the preseason. Appreciate everybody stopping by. We won. We put some points on the board. I'm excited. You better be excited. And if you're excited, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, and we will catch you on the next episode of Gridiron Giants with Mike Jones, brought to you by Game Changers Media. Giants dub. I love y'all. Peace.
3, 2, 1.